Like a snake. Snatch it. You got him?
Dude,
hold
excellent.
on tight. Just hold on tight. Zach, you got a back tight, man.
Oh man, they're strong, dude. The waterways of Louisiana are home to a huge diversity of animal life, including hundreds of reptile and amphibian species. Among these is the largest freshwater reptile in North America, the American alligator. On today's adventure, we head out with Zachary Gray to capture and collect data on some juvenile gators, as well as show you some of the adaptations that have allowed this species to survive unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Using a flashlight at night, we are able to spot gator eyeshine above the water's surface, and if we are lucky, get close enough to make a capture that is safe for us and the animal. Thankfully, Zach is a gator grabbing professional.
Got him.
Nice.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, yes! Look at this little cutie. Let's see. Probably a little under 3 foot, and this is a perfect size gator, perfect condition. Nice and fat, nice and healthy. And I'll probably get some little measurements of them, get a good clear picture with my phone, just in case we ever find this guy again. But this is what we're out here doing, catching gators. And they become a lot more aware of people after they're being caught, which makes them a lot safer when they get up and over 10 foot, which is when they can become a threat to people. So catching them when they're babies instills a little bit of a fear of people, which keeps them a little bit more natural to where they're not coming up to people for food. Cutie, cutie. This is really what we're going to be catching in here, is these perfect little size ones, and this is what Ben's going to be catching especially, because we want him to be able to grab his first little baby gator. But cutie, very cute, good color, lots of cool banding, and they'd probably be out here eating all kinds of fish, frogs, anything that they can get really. And their eyes shine red, so that's why it's easy to find them at night, and they don't sink under when they see the spotlight. It's okay, buddy. It's really just a very strong little lizard when they're babies, but when they get big, they're an absolute beast.
After capturing the little gator, we took photographs of the dorsal pattern, snout to tail measurements, and notes about body quality. Hopefully, this data will be useful to Zach as he tracks different individuals' growth and survival over time.
Exactly, so just a bit over 2 feet, which is a good size, and that's exactly what we're out here catching. So, cute little guy, and we're going to go ahead and put him back, and I'll just write down a little bit of info on him in a minute, and got pictures of him already. So we're going to put him down, and release the head, and then kind of squiggle his tail, and he takes off. So that was our first gator of the night. Ben's got to get the next one, but that was pretty cool.
Only a few minutes after releasing that little guy, we spotted eyeshine from an individual that looked about the right size for Zach's study, and I had the chance to try and make the capture.
Like a snake. Snatch it. You got him?
Dude,
hold
excellent.
on tight. Just hold on tight. Zach, you got a back tight, man.
Oh man, they're strong, dude.
Yeah, they're very strong.
It's like it is like a snake, it's like one big muscle.
Twice as big.
Oh, that thing's awesome. Oh, what a... Oh,
Good
sweet.
job.
Perfect.
Yes.
Hang on. Wait, I'm sorry. My light.
Dude, this is so cool.
Look how fat
Ah
they
man, I've never been able to catch
are.
one of these smaller ones before. I've only ever worked with a big gator, in the wild at least. And it is so cool being able to really hold one of these, feel all its weight and all its power right out of the wild like that. Not tired at all, just chilling in the water. Now this one, what do you guys think? 3 feet maybe?
He's definitely, I'd say he's more than 3. We'll measure him in a second.
Yeah. So what we're doing out here right now is just getting some measurements and getting some pictures of these gators, and also trying to get them to have that healthy fear of humans that really will help them out when they are adults. This size, he's probably about, 2.5, 3 years old, because in the first parts of their life, they grow almost 12 inches a year in really warm parts of the country like this, and that accelerated growth rate will last until they get up to breeding size, which is somewhere around 6 feet for most gators. Now you can see this tail is extremely powerful. That is a really thick tail, just about as thick as his midsection, and it's built like a rudder. It's very flat, and so that really does act like their rudder. Very strong, lots of muscles in that tail, and it propels them through the water a lot more than their legs actually do. Now, a gator of this size is definitely big enough to prey on bullfrogs, fish, small snakes, crayfish, maybe even small birds if he could get his mouth on them. But I think also he could prey on his younger siblings. I mean, these guys are cannibalistic. They want to survive, and if it sees a smaller gator that it thinks it can overpower, I'm sure he would not hesitate to go after that smaller gator. Now you see, on this one, you still have the markings. We have some grayish stripes along the black, and when he's fully mature, he or she will be almost full black, because that helps with their solar absorption, but that kind of helps break up their outline when they're juveniles, and really keeps them safe from predators. Although I will say this one, the only thing that would really prey on this one out here would be a really large gator. Certainly not unheard of, but other than a large gator, he's reached that size where he's pretty safe from almost any predator except for man or another gator. Now that mouth is not very big right now, but you can see he does have those little needly teeth in there, and if he grabbed you, you would know it. They can still bite pretty darn hard at this size, but when he's full grown, he can chomp down with well over 2,000 pounds per square inch of force, which is just absolutely incredible. Now the underbelly is actually that creamy white color, and you see that a lot with animals that will sit like this. So from the top, if you were looking down, he's kind of the same color as the water, but if you're a fish looking up, he kind of blends in with that sunlight shining down, so that's a really cool feature. And these osteoderms will get much, much bigger as he matures, but even now, they are quite solid, and that does help to protect him from anything that might try to chomp on him. Although, if a really big gator came after him, he would be in trouble. So I would guess that he was just sitting right over in a weed mat. I'm pretty sure he was probably hunting these bullfrogs we've seen everywhere. That would be a perfect snack for this little dude, and he'll keep eating and growing, and probably, I would say, in 3 or 4 years, you could come back and this would be a solid 5-6 foot gator at the top of the food chain out here. But wow, that is just a beautiful little animal. Now, for those of you who think that keeping a gator would be a good idea, if you get a hatchling, yeah, they're really cute. But once you get them to about this size, not only are they going to need lots of food to be healthy, they're going to need lots of space. Once they get up to here, they're going to be quite expensive to keep and require lots of space. So make sure, and they grow fast too, so if you're considering getting a baby gator, just realize that in 2 or 3 years, you're going to have one of these in your house, and you better have the resources available to take good care of him.
And in a few more years, you'll have an 8-foot gator roaming around your house.
Yeah. And then you have a different kind of problem. Man, that's so pretty. I think we'll grab some quick B-roll shots of him, we'll get that data, and we'll get him right back in the water. Man, he's so cool, though.
After getting some quick measurements and snapping a few photos, it was time to return the adorable little gator to its home.
Alright guys, this has been an awesome little gator to catch. Wasn't totally sure I would get one. First time grabbing one in the wild, and this is just really, really cool to get personal with these. We got the measurements, we got the pictures, so now if Zach ever catches this one again, we'll be able to see how it's doing, check up on its health and its growth, and hopefully in a couple years, this guy will be the top dog in this lake. Let's get him back. And I bet he is going to blast off. So, just like a snake, you let the head go last. On 3. Alright, ready? He was ready to go, man. That was awesome. Sweet. What a beautiful animal.
Well everyone, that's just about it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed and learned something new about the American alligator. If you did enjoy, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video, and consider subscribing to my channel for more educational wildlife content coming every Saturday morning. Thanks so much for watching, and keep adventuring everywhere. This has been Zeno of The Wild Report, signing out.